and YouTube.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 199th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice for Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be a host today, along with Dean from in Austria. And I think we're ready to present today's workshop with the members of the Universal Council. So let's get that lined up and get into it here. Okay, we're ready to begin.
And good morning, everyone. This is Oza Yusufasi. Like usual, we have this platform on Tuesday for One Planet, One Nation, One Race. This is where the Universal Council, who are connected to each language, come in and discuss what is happening and what is this transition all about. The transition from where the man is in total physicality to the place that we see the man becomes one, the creator that he is. And as you know, at this moment, we are having the 5+1. It started last Monday, the negotiation of these actually 6 countries with Iran. The main point of it is to remove the sanction from Iran plus to create all these countries united to bring this knowledge, plasma knowledge, to all these countries and plus the whole world. And this is the key element in this coming time. And Mr. Keshe is in the front line, is doing everything that is in his power to allow this negotiation go to the place that every man wish for, that we all wish for. Now, we started from last week to elevate the soul of the negotiator from all these countries. One thing that's is important for us to pay attention is we already think that this has happened. And from what I hear here and there, I like to bring your attention to the fact when we ask for something, when we create something, we stay on it. We don't take a left or right or deviate from where we are. We know what we want. We want the negotiation to create peace on this planet, create unity between governments, create unity between every single human on this planet and beyond. So when we hear the news, whatever is going on in the news is not really matter. And we shouldn't pay attention to it. We shouldn't deviate from it because everything is a plasma. When you have a thought, your thought is a plasma. So I give you an analogy that how important it is to stay on the course that we have. We just follow Mr. Keshe. We follow what we have in mind and be exuberant and joyful about what is happening. I give you an example to make it clear for you that it's important to concentrate on what is happening and what we want, not what is on the news or what Mr. X say or Mr. Y say. It doesn't matter. If, for example, Mr. Keshe has a party and invited all of us to this party, and we are excited, we're gonna go to a party to celebrate the unity of humanity. And the chef is cooking, we preparing the place, everybody is joyful. Suddenly somebody comes and say, oh, I heard Mr. Keshe that is supposed to be someplace else on that night. And then you say it to somebody else say it to somebody else say it to the chef. And suddenly everybody has this notion, when we hear this, is all plasma. When we talk about it, we're putting up the field of plasma there. We create another dome. Right now, the dome we created is a dome of negotiation that is already successful, that is already, sanction is removed, that is already, we're getting into the point that this knowledge is gonna go in Iran and from there, everywhere is gonna spread. This is what we had, exactly like the party. Mr. Keshe is coming. When we put that thing and people started to have that mindset, they lose the enthusiasm. They lose half of it. The totality of us get lost. You see, even in your personal life, the reason all of us don't get what we want because we constantly bring in something which is not of what we want. We want something, but the next minute we say something that is totally opposite of what we want. The universe, the minute you want something, the universe starts cooking it for you. But you are the one who messed it up. It's exactly the same thing here. We have to stay on the course of what we want and what we see and enjoy it and feel it. And this is very important. So now I'm going to read this on this platform for One Planet, One Nation, One Race. After that, Dean is going to put 10 minutes that we all going to go silent. And from now on, every week, somebody's going to take turn and go over the same thing and do the 10 minutes. This week I do it. Next week, somebody else volunteer and do it, please. So I read this for you. One planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. To the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Thank you. Dean, would you take 10 minutes recorded so everybody goes silence, please? Thank you.
thank you all for being silent for those 10 minutes for the 5+1 peace negotiations in Vienna. Thank you all very much. And we can all gently come back now and take our position once more in our presence, listening to the Universal Council's presentation today. Thank you very much. Hazard, do we have any other presentations you'd like to put forward, please?
Thank you, Dean. We can continue with the rest of the One Planet, One Nation, One Race. And next week, we do the same. Whoever wants to become volunteer can start it for next week. We can go to the next slide now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Stefania, Universal Council representative, the Italian language. Welcome everyone to this weekly appointment. Thank you, Azar. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Rick. Thank you for everyone for your presentation. Yes, definitely. I have to say that spending these 10 minutes in silence really bring me back to the Mehran project. When we were in the evening, this was the only things we were doing, going to start formation and start to be in silence and connect, even though Mr. Keshe said connect is not the best word, and it's more enlightened one another. So yeah, and some days we just didn't know what we were doing. Some of us, you know, we're all different. So some feeling something, some don't feel anything. Some, you know, they have a clear of what they're doing, other maybe not, you know, it's all various. But one thing's for sure, we reached to a point where everyone could feel and everyone could see, anyone could experience things we never experienced before. Yeah, this is exciting because we just like Mr. Keshe said, it's like we are like if you're going to learn how to drive again. You know, we just we just learn in a new way, or a way that was before that we always knew actually in the past, but we didn't use it lately. You know, new way of being. And we're preparing for this party, for this endless party. And I agree with Azar that, or what Mr. Keshe said, also from my work, that we have to focus in the good things. And then from there, everything's opened up and the problem becomes smaller and smaller when you focus on the good things. It's natural, this is natural. But I understand as well that it's very hard sometimes to don't be affected by, for example, just before to come to the platform, my eyes leaped in one video, and you know, make you understand how it's easy to change your way you feel from good feelings to maybe a bad feelings, and so the same could be done reverse. So from a bad to good, we have to just get better to being like a chameleon, like Mr. Keshe said in past teaching. So that's why I decided to go for. Was very difficult choice this week to what to see, and I wanted to show you many things, because in the 408 there was many facets that were so important. Like there is one I didn't show you, but I would like to show maybe in the future, of this collectiveness of working together, and also like Mr. Keshe explained in the 408, our problem is our brain as well. It has got these two hemispheres of the brain, yes, and so really make this switch to totality, like Mitra. The Mitra mind works more as totality, so you don't know anymore this right and left. And so that one I'm not going to show you today, that bit. And then I wanted to show another one where it was connected to the 10 minutes silence, where Mr. Keshe explained why it's important to elevate each other, because each one of us will elevate something that would be good for someone else, and would be the totality that would make the success. I want to show you this one. I will show you the replication cap, because this also connects to the practical. So because we have to think good, we have to be good. So the be good is the meditation, and also do good. So this is do good. So making this research group. So I hope you start to thinking different groups you want to add to the one you already are, or the one you want to make. I already talked with the Italian group, and they talking between them. I recommend them also to talk with the other languages group, to get together and sharing knowledge. So I'm gonna go now to show you about the replication cap, because there are already groups in the Spaceship Institute who work on the replication of the fields. So I'm gonna show you this one today. As I said, it was a difficult one because last week, this week, Mr. Keshe talked also about the dream. So anyway, let's see this piece of the replication cap, because I think it's very useful things to know. If we can replicate everything, this is the goal of this technology. Can really empower us and make us independent. So yeah, go ahead, Rick. Sorry about if I talk too much. I will be quiet now. It would be, yeah, I would say you want to stop. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think I have the right start
Amount.
here.
Okay, thank you.
So hopefully we're in the right beginning point. Okay, let me start it. See how we do here. This is, so everybody knows, this is from the 408th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from November 25th. And this is an excerpt from that workshop. You can open his mic if he wishes to. We had a question in the YouTube from Malcolm, Mr. Keshe. Can you expand on the use of the replication unit? In what ways can it be applied? Thanks.
Replication unit has a lot of usage, and we try to keep away from it in so many ways until knowledge seekers become more gain more confident in its application and its use. And the field application units will change drastically in maybe next 3 months, 6 months. Maybe sooner, maybe later, depends how the Keshe Foundation sets to plan out for future developments. Field application units are prelude to very advanced technology, extremely advanced technology. And I have kept it away from the teachings deliberately till everyone or majority of the knowledge seekers, and in a way the world population is ready for such a change. There is something very strange that many of you have not paid attention to. And from the time the field application unit was put out of the teaching, and then some knowledge seekers understood it and tried it and it worked, is in fact very straightforward but very complicated question to ask. And only I've seen 1 or 2 Chinese students when I was in China, knowledge seekers, have understood a small part of it. but they couldn't understand to expand it. Ask yourself a simple question. And ask yourself a very deep question about this replication unit. I wanted to bring this into teaching maybe next year. But you ask the question, it means the soul has been enlightened, and it's our job to enlighten the soul of the others. When you look at the replication unit, whatever they can, and you put an orange here, and you get the taste, the feel of the orange. Ask yourself another question. You want to show this thing, how it works, to a friend of you who's standing next to you and watching the cup. What do you explain to him? That the fields of the orange comes in, and then you can interact. Something very strange. The friend stands here with a glass of whiskey. And on the other hand, he has a ham sandwich. Then you give a cup to your friend to drink. And he says, yes, I felt the taste of the orange and everything else. But the question to ask you is, they're standing in the same environment. How come he only tastes the orange and not the whiskey and not the ham? You taste the same water and you say, yes, I taste the ham. Sorry, I taste orange, but you never speak about the ham. And you never get drunk with the whiskey. Why? The reason for this is what we call the process of the intention and the soul. Would you get drunk if you put the glass of alcohol, the whiskey, over here too? And would you taste the ham and cheese in a drink? In a way, if you look at it, you had your juice, you had your food, and you had your drink. Full dinner served. But why do you only go for the orange? Then, if you understand this process, then you go into the next phase of development of new cycle of understanding intention. And many times I pass in the lab and in the what you call it, packaging, and when I see these things are sent out by the dispatch unit and they fill these vases and everything, and I say, when this knowledge seekers are wise to see the truth. And this is why I always tell you, you are the cup. And if you go a step further, you are immersed in the cup, even with the soul of the Creator. Then you understand why I say 80% of the food you eat is from the environment and 20% you physically chew. This replication unit is for you to understand you are the cup, you are the replicator. But you have to understand how to get to it, how to use it, where to put the orange, and where to put the whiskey, and where to put the sandwich. Then, can I hold an orange and taste it without eating it? Can I look at the cow and enjoy, nice drumstick, I would like a stew of the tail, and I like the tongue, but you don't touch that anymore. Is there something in the dimension of us by the point of intention and the expansion of the soul, or is it we're still bundled, as I say, in the world of physicality, and we become ignorant to facts and realities of what these cups can do? Now, who would like to be the field replicator? We do the field replication we take when it comes to emotion, but we refuse to do it in a physical dimension. We see somebody sad, our body, our emotion, which is again replicator, absorbs it, and we cry because they're crying. They laugh, we laugh. We have managed to replicate emotion in a way, in the tank, in the salt water of our body, but somehow mankind, when it comes to the matter state, has a bit of problem to understand. Now, how come you're choosing on what you replicate? And how come you don't elevate the understanding that you replicate? And then you see what the difference is intention by dimension of what I call the strength of the soul of physicality, where you tap in the soul of physicality to the environment and not with the soul of the man, where with the emotion you play with both. So now you can imagine what you can do with the field replicators. Would you look at a cup and put the field replicators around it and you say, I love you and everything else, and you give it to your wife and says, drink it, I brought you water. And when she drink it, the way she tasted the orange, would she taste your love? Would she taste your affection? Isn't that the Holy Grail? Now, try to understand what you can do with the field replicators. Do you want a feel of an orange? Or would you like to have a feel of peace? And knowledge seekers have been with me, and I've put them through this without them knowing. And I give them with love and affection, and then they change without them knowing. We had this situation, now you come back years later, years ago, in 2011, around that time.
Rick, if you want to, if you pause 1 second, yeah. I will go forward here a little bit if you're still okay with time, because now he's gonna make example of the replication cup, and it's he's gonna give this example very interesting because it's what we're doing when or similar. So if you think our body is a replication cup, when we get together and try to enlighten the, sorry, maybe the word was wrong, and we get together to enlighten the 5+1. Here he makes example how can we do this. He had a similar situation in the past, and he will explain that. So if it's fine for you, I will go forward a little bit. Thank you.
Sure, let's do that.
What I call the uprising set up by the Belgians to destroy the Keshe Foundation in Belgium. And we could hear a lot of rumors that they organized a meeting to depose me from the head of the Keshe Foundation. And as we know, the guy who died and the person who left us the foundation last year or two, they were instigated behind it in a very hidden way that we saw it again 2 years ago, the whole plan of what went on to instigate to get rid of me as a head of the foundation, and then they use the Keshe Foundation as a center of Peter for the whole of Europe, and they are involved in. Yes, we open this book very soon. The meeting was called in, and I did not oppose it because I knew, you know, when Jesus says, by morning you deny me 3 times, I knew what they're up to, and it's all set up deliberately by the 2 instigators, one that the one kicked out of the foundation in the background in a very devious way. And I called the meeting in, and the setting of the Keshe Foundation in Nino was like this, where if you came, the chairs, 100 chairs were set like this, and the stand to talk was here. And they all were ready to come to, as I stand here, to start what I call revolt, to get whatever they wanted to do. I know the work of the fields. I took the chairs up and I set the chairs like this. They had the instigators knowing where they sit that they can do the job. Now the circle was made and I sat amongst them. And this way, those who were supposed to be starting the thing, the whole, what I call the revolution to get rid of Mr. Keshe from the Keshe Foundation, and we do it ourselves and hand it over to the Belgian Peter Fart groups of the Belgian, headed by the woman we kicked out about recently, and the one who we know already gone. I got up and I went in the kitchen and I made drink. And I served them one by one. You call it replication cup. I call it the intention of love cup. What was to become the uprising, it became the whole process of what we call unity, because they felt the touch, the love of a man who was supposed to be their head serves them. Christ did that with washing the foot. Is not the physical what you do, is the intention and the soul and the beauty you give. And this meeting became the beginning of the growth of the Keshe Foundation so radically around the world. This is exactly when I tell you we need to do this job with the negotiators in Vienna. It'll become the uprising for the next cycle of man's generation of peace and unity. In this process, we see how we become that cup of replication. And we see how we can give a cup of life, not necessarily as water, but even as a soul. And then to elevate. We meet the criteria of transferring a soul, and the people around us become the cup they receive it. But we transfer it with the level of the soul, through the intention of to give unconditional, that you can pick from what you need. And then when they pick from one strength, and when it's fulfilled, they go to the next, because you're still here unconditionally giving. And then they go to the next strength, and then go to the next strength, till they become part of you. When you give, you don't give one intention. You give the totality of the intention, the totality of the purpose. And it's just filling one, going to the next one. When you give only one, that's, you're stuck with it. Now, you have to establish the next one. And you see these things, you feel these things, you understand these things, and then becomes a cup of replication. Mankind is so physical that it does not see the hidden knowledge we have put behind a lot of the technologies. Because that's the only way we can reach you. And then in the future, maybe some people understand. One touch makes you to fall in love. One look makes you to give your life for it. One word changes your life, because the word carries that essence of replication cup, because it matures you, it brings you to the point of understanding. When I got up and served tea and drink to the knowledge seekers in Nino, one thing they had, the guy is always above us, and he is there, he shares, and so now we can do. Now that man didn't exist, because it was one of them. Is understanding the psychology of the interaction of the souls, not the physicality. That's where I work with. And that's where most of you are still looking at the replication cup. This is why I said only needs one to change a whole lot. You look at one cup here, and you put an orange, and you stand here.
Okay, because we can go on forever. Thank you, Rick. Because it's really, really good teaching. I really recommend you to go in and watch it again, the 408, because now it's gone into another very important part. But we will stay here all day. Yeah, I just leave you with this to let you think the multiple way we can, we can think about this replication cup was very interesting, because it connect pretty much with everything we do, no? So it's very, I leave you with to listen again and watch it again. If I'm correct, there is a group from the Replication Cup already. There is a group existing, but we can see how many ways you can expand the concept of replication. So, for example, when we sit and we spend 10 minutes, that is still a replication cup. So it's really good. I really love this knowledge. And also we can also replicate the feelings and sensation of the food. We can elevate. We can really use the elevation cup concept to make this totality happen. So I don't want to talk too much about it, because that will be my understanding. But each one of you has yours. But definitely, this is one of the research I think that is happening now. So definitely worth it to go deeper on replicate everything. Go back to World Peace Project, One City, One Center. So please keep supporting this project. Keep practice. Keep in every shape or form. Keep do your best, what you can. Definitely keep also to share information, like for example, last Sunday, for who was in North American teaching, Rafael shared some way of some success of the Brazilian team, and how they been working together again, just thinking of the totality, and just give unconditionally. That is the trick, but it's very hard, I found, to give unconditionally to everyone. That is a skill, but we all learning this now. So I just want to invite you. I would like to invite definitely on when I speak about one World Peace, one project, and one city. I would like also not just me talking, but if someone of you, for example, I saw the group in the Spaceship Institute. I don't know if anyone wants to come and talk about what they are doing in this research group. If they can, just give briefly a summary or something, so people can know what we are doing in the background, and they can join you. And for example, I was watching again the testimonial. I really invite you to look at the testimonial, because you can really see there people, the people who are practice, and the people who are really making some difference. It's not just talking. So I just saw Giovanni. I saw a workshop, the 49, when Giovanni from Romania, he managed very simply to change the temperature of their lab, their house, their garden. It's got a very clear and specific way of working. So all those people just come forward and share again your knowledge here. Let's make this group, because I think in the Spaceship Institute there is a group that work with the temperature. I didn't be in that group yet. I'm gonna go to check it out for sure. But I don't know if you guys from that group, you would like to give us some update and tell us what you're doing. And definitely from every group of languages, if you are doing any nice project that you can talk publicly, just come and give a testimonial on that. because we really need to, already we're doing it, already the process of mixing in the public teaching of different languages has started already. So we have to just keep up this work, because everything goes together. As you see, the physical work goes together with the soul work. You know, it's, you know, here we go again, the totality. So if anyone wants to, later on we've got question and answer. If anyone is welcome, please to come and talk. And if you want to talk about any project you did already that was successful, please share. Or if there is any idea that you would like to suggest for this research group, please do. Anyone who want to say anything, please do in the question and answer. Okay, thank you. We can go to the next slide, and I'm apologize if I'm talking too fast for the translator. Yes, I keep forget that. And so here now we're in Dome of Peace again. This is connected to the cups. Everything is interconnected, obviously. So this maybe show you the importance of the replication cup and the importance of the plasma dome. Because if we put the intent of, I really like the fact when he said with the physical soul, you put the intent, and with the soul of the man, you replicate the feelings of it, you know, so the combination of the two. So yeah, the totality. So when you get this totality, you got your replication cup. So if we just do the same with when we spray the ganses, and when we do the 10 minutes, we try to do the same things to create this totality, and the things will, you know, with time, we're gonna be able to see more and more and more, and feel more and more and more. We have to just keep at it, and stay focused, like Azar said. Okay, so anyone would like to read the Dome of Peace? Anyone who want to offer themselves, please talk now.
Hello, Stefania. Can I?
Welcome.
Thank you. I also thank you, Stefania, for your beautiful words. Azhar, for your beautiful words. And as we all know, the Dome of Peace, the home of peace, and the replica is love and peace, and it is always there, just an essence away. You know, there was a poet, and he said, if somebody asked somebody, how much I love you, how much you love me, and the lover says, how much I love you, I don't know, but I am incomplete without you. So this is how the replication is the love and peace, and the soul is there with an essence of an variable, independent. So it is when we are connecting, as the Dome of Peace is here, it has been created for humanity for the first time, a star formation, a grid for all to live life again, from that has been taken away from us, from eons, like we were all in a coma, and just holding a hand of, like a lover, the Creator says, oh, please, I am incomplete without you. We came out to see. So elevating, well, the elevators are of your own way, your own choice, of your own understanding. And you elevate your soul. Anyway, the elevations of all are taking place because nature is you, me. I am a lover, you are a lover, everybody is a lover in the soul level, of course. And the soul is elevating the negotiations, as we say, has happened. The peace treaty has been signed by my Messiah Shriman M. Keshe on behalf of all humanity, and we are in the star formation and living in peace forever in a way. So this is what I want to say, that do join this gathering of soul, beautiful souls, celebrate the marriages going on, soul to soul. Every soul is in this celebration. And well, of course, souls are elevated. Sometimes the body cannot. So in this way, many in the timeline, many decays also happening, but life is life. Life is always in charge. You know, if you say so, they are people like us and you, the negotiators. And then we can say they have to. Otherwise, there's no way. The time has came of the transition of man to the universal soul, and the creators and enlightens us anyway. Intervene, or ask us, or say to us, or create the level of understanding to receive, to give, to serve, to understand what is service. So this is in this way we are this is happening anyway. So I'm going to read the Dome of Peace, which we can see as we say the sky. No, there's a dome of peace that has been created, and we can see with the naked eyes sometime, you know, and this is the beauty of it. And I'll read the Dome of Peace from Shriman Mr. Keshe, given as a gift for us, for all of us. He always gives, always. And I will read it. Please remember, this Sunday and every Sunday from now on, until we raise the soul of the planet to a peaceful planet, Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GAN's waters around the world at 12 p.m. CET and or 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. So there's always the time, there's always the moment. Choose. And thank you very much for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. So this is all about life and living again in healthiness, in wealthiness. Wealth is the knowledge, of course, here, and our abundance and wisdom is the pillars. We say the soul, the ethos, the unity, the courage. These are all pillars, and the peace. So this is what I want to say. Thank you, Stefania. And about the projects, there can be so many projects because the wellness centers are coming where they are needed most, of course. And you can have your project. We all can have our project about anything you in your area you need to do. Please come up and share with us. And there is a great going, as we say, there will be no separation anymore. And as said by Shriman M. Keshe, my Messiah, that when what we have been through, that if the child is going to study in another country, the parents stay without their feelings, their upbringing, their growing. They can't see that, and the child's come after 18 years coming and says, "Oh, mother," but they lost the feeling, the connection, and the child, the father and mother feels that the child is transformed, he's become someone else. So this is not happening in the unified field of Keshe Foundation, as the jobs are coming out. And if there is a job for one, the family is there. And the family is there where is love. So thank you so much. Thank you, my dear beautiful souls, for coming here, always taking responsibility of others, innocent, not ignorant. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. If anybody wants to share anything, any question or any guidance, my dear beautiful souls, they can. Please do. If there is any question, or I will read this links to the documents. As we all know, there is an appeal and call of love, call to join the Universal Council membership and Universal Council support membership from the foundation, from the Keshe Foundation, beautiful energy. And you can join this energy for the benefit of humanity, as humanity needs it here in this moment the most. And you can fill the application form, and here are the links to the documents also, which you can go through. Anybody can go through. We are all connected to the universal creator. And about the UC charter, the link to the UC charter, which is very important. In a way, we can explain the soul as science meets the soul here. And the UC mandate, create an essence of your own in the beauty and totality. Read the mandate, which is very necessary. And the Earth Constitution at the Earth Council, I invite them from my heart and soul to join us. And this is the Earth Constitution, as the wellness centers are like creating paradise and oasis for all that is in love on earth. And we can say the love has started moving from one to other, replicating. And read the Constitution, which is very necessary, so that we can know how to create the formation of the spraying of the guns to the most polluted cities, so that the people get relief and breathe freely and breathe fresh air. And even collecting, as from the Iranian families have done, collecting guns and giving to others. So this is the way chain will go on. And finally, the peace roadmap. And the peace roadmap is the ultimate thing we are all doing, walking together in peace. And come join us, my dear hearts and souls, in this beautiful view. You have heard the music and the bikes, very beautiful, and ride on the bike and go. And we are going. Come, invite, sit on my back on the bike and come and go, like that, a celebration kind of. So this is the way in the peace road we are going, that has been created by Keshe Foundation for all love. And we have experienced all those years, so long hours of teaching, so that humanity could understand the realization, the importance of peace. And the peace is here with all its glory. So thank you. Oh, this is the website of the Universal Council, my dear ones. The violet colors you have seen, the color of protection, the color of love, the color of all. And you can even deplete what you don't need, the energies. This is the logo of the Keshe Foundation, the energy of Mitra, carrying the essence of all to the other side. As we see the sky, maybe that is the other side, maybe that is the Stargate, and that is the way of this fire. That is the way of this peace and love, carrying the essence of all of us, the soul of man, the soul of physicality, to live the life we lost many, many years ago. So the application is coming, my dear ones. This is the application is coming. And please fill the application. And everything is in process. As we know, energy is always in action. So everything is in process. Somehow we are all reaching to each other. So fill this form, my dear ones, with a beautiful soul pen, with the pen of physicality, as we know, the soul of man, the soul of physicality, and this beautiful violet color. It is out of comprehensions, the beauty it holds, and the protection, of course. And fill this form, my dear ones. This is the beauty, and the energy, that is coming out of these universal souls that are going to be. We all are going to be universal. Nobody will be, like said before, common man or a rich and a poor and a beggar. Nobody will be like that. We are all equal in this unified field of the Creator, in the image of Him. So fill this form, my dear ones, fill with your spirit coming out. So this is what I will say. So much thing to say, so much happiness and joy is going on. Even many are trying to hurt, but then we understood the level of understanding. So these are the links of the documents, as we said, the peace roadmap, and the left side, on the right side, I apologize, there is an email contact of the active UC members. Please do contact, as English is the common language. Contact anybody and correspond with your language, preferred language, with the Universal Council. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, beautiful souls. Join us always here. Interdependently, we get the freedom in our way. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you, my dear Rick. If there is any question, anybody wants to discuss anything, please do.
Okay, thank you very much, Sweta. We did have sort of a question or comments in the YouTube from RBT, who started off the conversation there in this way. Just out of the blue said, weapons are needed to defend yourself from the evil people, to defend yourself from the crazy Satanist governments. To which I responded, to interact with the Keshe Foundation requires signing the World Peace Treaty, so governments don't usually sign up. RBT came back as, governments do not represent people. They are the enemy of humanity. People need to have access on weapons to defend themselves. To which I said, no, people need access to peace. If you want to start a war here, you're in the wrong place. So he came back again. Governments declared war to people. Wake up, or are you just an extension of the governments? Anything is possible. So what would the Universal Council say to people that feel threatened by their own governments or by the situations that are changing so rapidly in our world? They feel so strongly that they feel they need to take up weapons in order to defend themselves. Of course, one of the main features of the World Peace Treaty is the declaration to not take up arms, that we agree not to take up arms. So how do you reconcile that? What do you say to those people that have those fears?
I would like to say something, but I'm sure other people as well. First of all, because I think we both kind of right, but depending which way you look at it. So definitely the strongest weapon, the strongest force in the universe, we all understood, thanks also to this technology, that it's love, no? Love is the strongest force in the universe. And we know at the soul level, Mr. Keshe, that's why he's very, he thinks that it's a very powerful tool that we have inside us. It's that our soul, when we expand, we give this unconditional love, the soul who create the problem, they cannot avoid it. They cannot avoid the soul level to receive this unconditional love that's been given, because what we're learning as well now with the plasma technology, we're learning also that who create problem, a lot of time, it's a way to feed themselves energetically and to confirm their existence. And we're all used to story of Jesus Christ goes on the cross, and we learn through suffering. So that is the kind of, I would say, the old way of thinking. This is my point of view. With a new way of thinking, now we understood that the love is the strongest field in the universe. You cannot, the fields cannot balance themselves. It's a law of the universe. There are certain fixed rules in the universe, cannot be changed no matter what. So the fields always balance themselves each other. So the love is the strongest gives to the weakest until they get balanced. And this is what we call peace. So when we each one of us here as the vision of peace stood up for peace, because we know that is the balance of the fields. Therefore, any person who creates any problem right now, it's because their fields are not balanced. So that is the first thing we want to achieve. We want to achieve this totality of balance of the fields. Once, as we said, at the soul level, the fields are balanced each other, automatically, instantly, we got everything. So we got no wars, because the people, they will not even be able to think to get a weapon or to kill someone. This will not happening automatically, because you're in a total balance of fields. So in the Keshe Foundation, what we're learning, the most powerful things that we can do, and doesn't cost you anything, and everyone can do, because it's in us. Is our core, this power that we have, that we call in the soul of the man. So here we learn how to activate that, how to activate ourselves or any soul in this planet to activate their inner power. What we found is definitely a simple way that everyone can do in their house, doesn't cost anything, is give unconditionally. Just give unconditionally, help your neighbor, help your mom, everyone the same. So if you start to treat, and this is what we found out with the plasma technology, then when you start to treat everyone equally and spread this love that we have inside us, that is unconditionally, and it's endless. So we have to just learn how to spread this love inside us from in to out. He will have a ripple effect. And that's why we talk about this dome of peace. So you can do by spray guns, you can do 10 minutes of connecting silence, you can do it by helping someone, so there are different ways to spread these fields around, where we all become like things expand this energy out, and we all connected. We are all have a common goal. So we all creating this totality. So this is what we're doing. So this one, to the guy who wrote in the chat, it's the most powerful things we can do. And we can do each one of us every day, practice whenever we remember, until we can get in 24/7. And there, it's the people who's got the power, it's us. So we don't have to follow any government. So the government will have to follow us, because we are the majority. So we need to start to really work collectively on this. Also in the Keshe Foundation, we stop to think like a victim. There is no anymore the victim, the government do this to us, we have to fight him back. And this is going on for years and years and years, and nothing has changed. Since I'm born, I have people condemning other people for things, and we are always the same problem. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So now we apply this new way of thinking. So I really invite you to join us and start for yourself. If you're skeptical, anyone who is skeptical, they're really free to start for themselves and play with the fields and start to really give this, be nice, be kind, you know, and see which effect it has on you. And here we'll also learn that there is no bad and good. There is something take energy out of you and something give you energy. So what give you energy? What doesn't give you energy? What in the day you can do that give you energy? Just follow that, you know. So try that and then see if your world is different. So this is time where we are the creator. So there is not anymore a victim. We all have learning now that we can do something. We all learn now the power of what we can do. And we have to just take full responsibility of our action, because now we know also, to this person that wrote in the YouTube, now we know also that if you do something bad, so if the politician or if someone does something bad to someone else, there is a book you have to balance. The only you will balance. So everything you do, you're accountable for. And that one is a big change. Because if everyone can think this, that any one of you or us or me or I am, everything I do I'm accountable for, you think twice. You think twice what you're doing next, because you're accountable for. And until your book are not balanced, you know, we'll be able to progress. So you'll be stuck. So who is the hell and what is the paradise? So now we know that we can create a paradise everywhere we are, and peace. We don't need to follow anyone or feel a victim of anyone else. So just follow distraction, and you tell me next week if it make any difference to you. But there are very fundamental steps here that we are doing that they're not being done before, or they're not, or they've been neglected. That's why the world is what it is. So we need to change something in us to, you know, we have to go in to create the change outside. That is the only way. So there are no victim, no one to blame. The only one to blame is you. When you're angry, it's always because you never done what you're supposed to do. When you do what you're supposed to do, you're not angry, because you have no reason to be angry, and the world is a better place, you know. So also the balance of the book is a big one, because I don't want to be in the shoes of anyone that create so much Mehran, you know. I definitely don't want to be in the shoes. So, but I also don't want to be involved, you know. That's why we have to focus, really. We have to focus on what we are doing, on what you're doing, and what I am doing, and that's it, you know. And think that collective thoughts, where there is not just you, you know. We have to work with the benefit of everyone, and we are gonna have an endless party. I mean, we're gonna have such a good life. So now is the time to do good, be good, feel good, to create this new, better society. We don't have to wait for anyone. We can just do.
Very good, Stefania. Excellent response, I would say. Is there anyone else that would like to add to that?
Hi, Rick. It's Dean. I'd like to say Lucy. So for me, I see a lot of people, a lot of souls that have many conditions going on inside themselves, brought on by the environment, that's dictating their thoughts and intentions. So when you have this knowledge, and we all know right from wrong, we all have this sense, we all know when we are doing something that goes against the natural flow of not only yourself, but of the fields, the soul, you know deep within inside yourself. And as Stefania just said, we've come to understand through this knowledge that there's a balance in the books. This happens when the understanding that you have, when you leave your physicality. You're an eternal being. You're here for a very short period of time. And if you need the field strength, you need the energy that you are receiving by taking continuously, then there is a balance point. And this always comes without fail. This is universal order, and this is the creation. And all in creation is used in specific ways. When you give unconditionally, you receive unconditionally. When you just take, you come to a position where you grow, but in the wrong way. And so there comes a point where you change position, you become something else, you become part of something else instead of being the soul of the man. The soul of the man is the most incredible gift given by the creation to you as an individual. You have it within inside you. Every single one of us has it within inside ourselves. Not only human beings. Everything is a soul. Everything has a soul. And this is a condition that many have come to not understand, that everything within the whole of existence has a soul. A grain of salt, a grain of sand, a stone, you, me, everything has a soul. And all souls give unconditionally, always. And so the physicality comes to a position where when it becomes in balance, when it becomes in universal balance, it has joy in giving back to the physicality, and the physicality receives the beauty within inside itself, within its structure. When that structure is in a condition where it just takes continuously, then as we've spoken about, there is a balance point. And this balance point you cannot walk away from. You can in physicality, but you still have this beautiful soul sat within inside yourself. And this will always be with you, always. So I choose to be a peaceful person, and I know all the knowledge seekers that have gained this knowledge and been part of the foundation and are spreading this incredible knowledge across the planet that we've received from the Unicos, we've received from the universal beings that are here to help and guide us. And that universal being is also within inside you. It is called your soul, and it's part of you. And when you become balanced with that field, when you understand it, you will give all you can to bring about peace within your environment. The most precious gift we could ever have is the soul that sits inside us. And as I've said, we all have it. Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. I just also connecting to the One City, One Center, and this person that it is a very good point, actually. So I really thanks for it. For example, balancing the book. One thing I've been doing, for example, now, after I saw a very interesting documentary, I start to, okay, let me see where I spend my money, where my money goes, because this is a good weapon, if you want to call it weapon, but this is a good thing where we are looking at our bank account and we look who we're giving the money to, who are those people, and start to really look for ethical company, people or places with integrity. For example, One City, One Center, you can donate to us. we definitely in a company foundation, sorry, who work with integrity. So you have to start to think where your money goes to, because we are the consumer. So we have this power to enhance foundation or group of people that working with integrity. They are not for sale, no? So then you're going to also think about your neighborhood. You know, are you buying food in a supermarket, or you supporting the community? Because at this present time, a lot of small businesses are having difficulties. So there is so much things we can do when we look our action and try to balance our books. So one of those will be to take off out of your bank account all the people you think are connected with this whatever it is. But obviously you have to do it, this big madam, but obviously you have to do it in a very nice way, like parties, because you don't want to be counterproductive. You really want to stay focused on the good things. So it has to be like a nice celebration where, you know, it doesn't make you feel good if you change your bank and you look for more ethical one, or doesn't make you feel good if you, I don't know, you know, there are some company connect with, I don't know, people who are not integrity, so you can rid of them, and maybe that this make you feel better. Or, you know, you start to be conscious more on your action and support the community and support your family. That is and really be nice and kind. That it would be a very good step that we can all can do. It doesn't cost us anything, and definitely if you got 10-50% of the whole world not feeding this to the system that doesn't work, and they focus their energy on creating a new system with a better life for everyone, you know, that is something that we can do. Okay, I'll let you talk now, but
Hello, Dean. Thank you. Hello, Stefania. Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear Dean. So beautifully you said. I also want to add about the weapon question. I want to say that this fear has been created, and we accepted this. This is if we say about love, as Jaco has right, that's where there is love, there is no fear. So this is actually true, really. And I will say that I have experienced that in where I live, there are big houses, fully grilled and compact and with hundreds of locks, and a weapon may be there inside there with them, and fear of dacoits, thieves like those coming out of hunger, they are entering into these houses, I will say, and very, very poor, and they are afraid of them because they have looted all their energy, and the fear created out of this, you know. And there is a TV inside the house. That is the most worst thing, I will say. And then this fear has been created to protect against all that is enemy, a thief, a dacoit, a gangster, a man who is very greedy, like that. But where we live, in that area, there are many farms, and there the gypsies come every year in the winter, in the summer season, sorry, the gypsies come with their camels from the nearby state Rajasthan. Many of you know Rajasthan is a big desert area, desert state, biggest of the desert in India. And still these gypsies come on their foot, on these carriages with their buffaloes and cows. They come with their livelihood, carrying them from place to place, just to graze their camels and animals. So much love in them, and where they stay, they create the home, and then they are always smiling. When I have been passing them, I passed them many times, many times, and I felt the happiness They were always happy. The children were always laughing and dancing, and they even don't recognize you are standing there. They are so much in with each other, and the beauty unspeakable. And here in rural area also where I live, there are, I have experienced people. I sit with them. I have smelled the sweet smell of the bread cooking in the wood and in the charcoal, and with the smell, my whole body get energized. I don't need to have the bread. There is a tree. Beneath that tree, you can sleep, and the people of in this rural area work in focus. Somebody is busy in embroidery. Somebody is cleaning the wheat. A woman is cleaning giving the cattle food to the grass to the cattle, and they are busy in that, and they don't think that is a job. That is love they have to the animals, to the cleaning of the wheat, to the embroidery making, to the cleaning of the surface of what they live. So this is the simplest way. They don't need what they don't need. That is very clear about that. And especially in this city area, the fear monger is more. And we all know how it works and who did it. And we get easily victimized by that, and we say, we are victim, please help us. That doesn't work. You have to understand the simplicity of life. One cup, one life. So this is the way things works, my dear. And truth is very simple, very, very simple. Love is very simple, and where is love, there is the home. There's the paradise. You don't have to many gurus and say, this is the way, this is a process, this is a pathway. No, this is not. You don't have to look for a street. From this street we go to the paradise. From this ladder or this and that we go to the paradise. But where is the paradise? There is no paradise like that. The paradise is there when you felt the love. The paradise is there when you felt the kindness, the care, the courage. There, the paradise. And then it shifts according as you understand, as the gypsies are, with love and kindness. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sweta. And one more thing, sorry, very brief. This one would be also, that's why we learn in plasma. The reason why I really invite this person to really start to learn plasma, because plasma give you heating. It can feed you. It can really make you free. So where you don't have to follow things you're not comfortable with. So you can create in your own independence with plasma. That's why it's very important to really create this research group. So if you're a doctor, if you're anyone with any expertise, people that can organize. Doesn't matter if you don't know anything about plasma, but now is the time to really just get together with anyone knowledge and see what we can do to spread this technology as fast as we can. So will be implemented in all the sectors, and this will give us, clean environment, free water, abundance of food. It's really will make the life easy for everyone. But we have to. It's like if you want the bread, you have to mix the flour. We have to get together, and we have to start this process and continue this process and keep this process and not stop until we achieve what we want to achieve. So, I invite this person to really contact his language group and make some cups and start to play with the fields and understand more what we try to do. I don't know if this person is a knowledge seeker or not. So just try to go deeper, and that is something we can do. Spread the knowledge faster and research it more and go deeper. Okay, I finished.
Hello, it's Mehran, UC support Farsi language. I thank you all for being here. I see people who don't know what it means to raise the soul. They don't know exactly what it is, soul. The religions talk about soul in the history. The religious people have taken the monopoly of explaining what it is and the way to God, etc. Now, Mr. Keshe, now we have passed the evolution. We are capable of understanding more as human beings, I hope. And Mr. Keshe coming, as was promised, and explains, hey, you have a soul which has the most power in your existence for you. You have a physicality created by you have a body created by your soul after you were created in the womb of your mother. And everything turns around to serve the soul. And it's like a sunshine. And sometimes it goes when you sleep, it comes back. And look at it, it's there. And try to find it out and sort out your future according to this knowledge. And then we say, okay, we have a soul. He said, okay, the whole universe has this part which is called soul. Soul is the center when everything comes to it, and everything which goes out comes from that. And you have it in the brain, between the two parts of the brain. Okay, so how am I going to use it? I have been born, I didn't know what to do with it. I was practicing my religion, and I was getting confused. They are making me afraid of God. And I do things, but nothing changes. Mr. Keshe says, who judges you? It's yourself. It's your consciousness. Your soul is like a box of gold you have been given when you were born. Every time you do something bad, you give away some of this gold carelessly. And at the end of life, when you want to die, you have nothing left in the box, or you have very little. What are you going to do with this little? What's the shine of your soul? It has very low power. It cannot jump high to the beautiful places you desire. It can just be effect of what it happens to it. It can become in the worst cases, to become a stone, to become ashes. But what if the box of gold you have, every time you do something good, you help somebody, you make life of somebody better, you talk something nice to somebody, you do something nice for somebody, you think something nice for somebody, you pray for people, you raise the soul of others, you raise the soul of negotiators so that their consciousness can see the peace can be the best choice. All these things makes that box of gold becoming bigger. Every time exactly scientifically adds to that box. What happens? When it's the end of life, your body doesn't work. You open the box, it's full of gold. It's full of power. You can go anywhere you desire, any dimension you want, any people you want to be with. That's the real paradise. That's the friends you always want to be, and you're with them. Because during this life, when you had the power of choice, you added to the box of gold. And now your soul is shining, powerful, can decide, can become a star, can become like sun. instead of being a part of a cellule in an animal or a plant or nowhere. So that's the story of the soul. It's up to us to take responsibility for what we want to do with this. Do we want it to be bigger and happy forever after? Or do we want to waste it because I want a car, so I steal my neighbor, I buy a Porsche, or I buy an Alfa Romeo. It's up to you. And at the end, it's only you and the regret, or only you and the success you have. Happiness is the answer and the judgment. So what Mr. Keshe says, easy, like Zara said, think good. Every time the thinking negative comes and wants to use your life, your soul, your actions, just think of good things. Just give. By praying, by sending good love to your mother, to everybody. Every time you want to say something bad which hurts somebody, it's like you beat somebody with your words. Instead of that, say, I love you, thank you, okay, you're right. Every time you want to act something bad, you see a lot of money in a house you are invited, and you don't touch it, and you go out, even though you need money, these all add to your box of gold. And that's the most precious things. And that's the biggest responsibility for us humans in 2021, because we can understand now. We can take responsibility more or less. And we never should say, okay, I don't go fast. No one knows where you can have a jump to raise your soul. That's what it means to raise yourself, to make it more powerful, to make it do more things. If you have an enemy who wants to kill you, with your soul, you can protect yourself. Anyone who wants to take your money, with your soul, when he is in front of you, he cannot do that. So that's what I thought maybe can help some of the new and old ones. And I wish us all luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mehran. That was beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
And we have a couple of comments in the YouTube that have come up in the last while since the Universal Council members have been speaking, such as from Zhang. Wow, just came in, but glad I can view this video from the beginning. Thank you. And Jane, who says, wow, thank you. Ellie had said earlier, if we do not see an enemy, there will be no fight. If we see all people as one, there will be no fight. Oh, lots of wise words of wisdom here today. I think all the responses from the Universal Council are all valid and beautiful in their own way. Go ahead, Dean, say.
Thank you, Rick. Could I just quickly say that when we came together, we gathered today as souls, and the very first part of this gathering was a silence, was a moment where we all gathered our thoughts, our intentions, we connected, we elevated, We became one. And there was, in those moments, I can speak for myself and how I experienced it as a soul. There was no fear. There was nothing there to fear, because in that very moment, my environment was just with the souls that are present, and they're all suns. They're shining suns, and have this tremendous energy and field force, field strength that emanates and across not only the planet but across the whole of the universe. But here in this matter state condition, in the moments that we are experiencing in this very moment, there was no fear. There is no fear. That fear is within us when we become disconnected from our soul, when we become unbalanced, when we let a part of us listen to the physicality, the mind. The soul doesn't listen to the mind. The soul is just present. It's like the sun, constantly shining. Even on a cloudy day, you may not see it, but it's constantly shining. It's there. It doesn't lose its brilliance, its essence, its beauty. It's always constant. And your soul is always present with you. And when you experience and tap into the beauty of your soul, you too will experience new feelings, new emotions, new conditions in your environment. You'll start to experience plasma. You'll start to experience the soul, the intentions of your soul. You will start to tap in and be part of the connectedness, the beauty, the elevation that's within each and every single one of us. It's deep within inside you. It is you. It's all of us. And it's always a pleasure and an honor to be in the presence of the magnificence and beauty of the souls that are present in this very moment. Thank you all.
Okay, I'll just remind the attendees, you should be able to raise your hand if you want to actually say something, a comment or a question. And just trying to check our YouTube and other places here. We have a question. Hello, everyone. I've been trying from, let me get my glasses on here, from Jamin. Hi, everyone. I've been trying to find a clinic that is open to the public in Canada that is a working universal body enhancement unit. Can anyone help me with this? Well, currently, there's no working universal body enhancement units open to the public in Canada, but we do hope in the near future to have some centers open, and that will be according to the way Mr. Keshe rolls out the units across the world. And a lot of that is dependent on the results of the peace talks that are currently occurring in Austria. There could be a wide opening for the plasma technology, or things could be diverge into another result. Okay, we have a hand up from Jefferson here. Would you like to go ahead, Jefferson?
Can I say something, Rick, to you before, just regarding this?
Sure.
That's why we do One City, One Center project, because we need to also prepare condition, because when we work with the soul, we're learning that it will happen. The moment the soul decided, it will happen. You just have to find the right time. But obviously, we have to prepare to make this time to happen. So we know this clinic is going to open. So we need doctors, we need new people coming in and learn and help. So as we said, here is very simple. We teach for free and people gain knowledge for free. There are not many universities that you pay £100 if you have them per year to learn and have endless archives, knowledge of years, 8 years, access to for only €100 a year. And then if you don't have that, you have to just write it down that you don't have any money and you will still become a student. So here we give knowledge for free. So obviously, when you teach to others, you also are kind of volunteer because you give it for free too. So everyone has got access to it. So I just wanted to say this. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, Rick. It was regarding what you were saying before.
The enhancement centers. The gentleman was looking for a enhancement center in Canada, and
yeah, you're right. So the research. So that's why it's important. The work we're doing now is important. That who is good. There are many people out there who they're really good. They start to teach to others, and who is good teach to others, and start to teach to the new ones, and keep teaching. And really make this research group. People, there are some doers there. People who are. I'm really disorganized, but I'm sure between all of us there are some who are very good, who really make a structure. And yes, so apply for volunteers and. Really, we have to create the condition to have those center. So because I'm as well in the Italian community, I'm receiving people contacting me who are not very well, and they would like to know where the centers are. But there is a part that we are all. This is where the collective is necessary. So if is like before, if you want the bread, you have to mix the flour. So we need to prepare the condition, because when the center is open, now that we know we got the funding, who are the doctors, who are the teachers, who are the, so there's a lot, where is the place, where are the premises, there are a lot, each community has to get together and do. So there is, we have to keep this totality in every way, even on the doing, because if you want a paradise and you want so many nice things, so much you want, same you have to give, so that it's where the volunteers come, but also there are founding, as we know, so who's does this research group will be founded, but this is where the money goes when you make donations. So we have to, this is my point, to of One City, One Center, with what has been said now.
Okay, excellent. Yes. I tried to get, I was actually talking in my microphone to live stream, but not to you because it wasn't turned on properly. So thank you, Mark, for covering on that. And we hope that clinics will be open to the public in many, many countries of the world as quickly as possible. We have one more question from Jamin, who says, thank you so much for your answer. In that case, what is the next best, what is the next best method to heal someone from the various wounds, traumas, and wrongful conclusions of the past? Anybody like to take that on?
Yes, I will say, my dear, create a cup of life. Give the cup of life. Those who are in need, those who are in pain, give them. And say them that we always love you. There's no breaking of love, never was. That is the way things go on. Receive the knowledge, my dear, the knowledge of the universal dynamic fields. You will understand. Create the cup. So easy to create. If I can, everybody can do that. Create the cup of life. Give it to the person who is needed. Give a big hug. Say, everything will be all right. So this is the way the next step is. We are going through it. Thank you, my dear, for asking the question.
Thank you, Sweta. It's, Dean, I'd just like to add something else, if it's okay. That in this moment, you're all present with each other, and you're all connected, and you're all speaking with each other on a physicality level. So you're physically hearing my breath, my voice, but on a soul level, the souls are connected in this very moment, and are all very aware of the intentions and thoughts that we all have in every single moment. So when you catch yourself in a moment, in a position, a certain position, and whatever that is for you, you can change. You have there's always yes or no. There's always a position where you can take a certain path or choose the other one. The choice is always yours in this very moment. You can choose how you need to experience it. And sometimes, we've been taught through the foundation that nothing is right and nothing is wrong. So some people need to experience a certain path for them, that energy transfer. Everything is an energy transfer. I mentioned earlier on that you are an eternal being. So everything's an energy transfer. When you give energy, you're creating the energy for the other beings to have a usage for. So when you elevate yourself to a position where you have so much to give, you have a lot to give away. And then others can receive that energy and take from it as they need. And then once they're elevated and they receive enough energy, they can then pass that energy on if they have enough energy. So it's always a giving and taking. It's always that that point of am I receiving or am I giving? And many of the souls, many of the people, many of the creatures and entities who come to understand the universal knowledge start to act in this way, and then they start to live a very joyous, beautiful life and position that brings about a new environment, a new condition for themselves. And as I said, in any moment, you can take that path. And that path is always there for you, and it is your choice in any moment. And so when, like earlier on, we went into this 10 minutes of silence, and for many souls, we were directing our thoughts and intentions to the 5+1 negotiations in Austria, in Vienna. And I'm sure that we built such a wonderful, glowing field strength around that environment that those souls were elevated in that moment. It only takes one to be elevated to change the others, like a magnet. When you become a magnet, when you understand the plasma, and you put one magnet in the middle of a lot of other magnets, particularly if they are of a certain nature as a sphere, the other magnets move around magnetically and gravitationally. They find a position. They find a position. And this is through a field strength. So we've come to understand that the field strength is the plasma, is the soul within inside ourselves. And when you become a magnet and you give that field strength away, the other magnets have to move. They have to move. They have no choice. It's like a planet. A planet is no different to a human being, to an atom, to a universe. It's the same process. And so the little you that you think, and the thought you have in this very moment is the most important thought you will ever have. So in this space gap, the energy flows. In this moment. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Dean. We have his hand up here is Salamia. Go ahead, Salamia.
Yes, hello. I would like to answer very briefly to our friend from YouTube that it's possible to heal yourself for all your trauma of your old thinking by trying to bring peace in yourself. When you bring peace in yourself and you will not bother others and you will not allow others to bother you, you will transmit to all the people around you this feeling of peace, even to your enemies, even to the tyranny of people in power. You send them love, peace, harmony. They will feel it, and all the humanity at once will elevate their soul and realize that at the soul level, we are just one. We are part of the totality. So we are totality of this universe, which is abundant of everything, of energy. All what we need is energy. And universe is just energy in movement. Is up to us to access this energy and balance our fields with this energy when we are in need. And universe, creator, consciousness, doesn't matter the name, will give you this energy in order to balance, to get harmony, because all what is in universe is a balance, and all what we need is balance, and this balance has the name peace. When everything is in balance between man and woman, between poor and rich, between religion and science, so spirituality and science, when we'll have this harmony, balance, equilibrium, humanity and all universe is in peace. humanity, like the universe, is in peace. Much love to you. God bless you. And I send you the fields of peace and love. I hope you feel it right now in your heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Salamia. See, Jefferson has a hand up as well. Would you like to speak, Jefferson?
Yes, Rick. Hello?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, Universal Council members. It's always good to be with you all here. This is Jefferson Rodrigues from Brazil. I would like to bring a point that I think might be interesting. First of all, I've been trying to translate 3 words in my computer translators, but I haven't been able to reach it. So I would like if Azar or Amarnes that they're speaking Farsi could say 3 words that I can write down, and then I can replicate it. If they can help me with this. These words are peace, agreement, and love. Could they help me with this in Farsi?
Hi, dear. The first one was peace
Yes.
and agreement.
Yes.
Okay.
And then love. The peace, how is peace in Farsi?
Solh. Peace of mind means calmness, aramesh. Solh means be in good relation with things around. And
right.
The other word was?
Agreement.
Agreement. Agreement to be in the same level of acceptance of things, to be
signing papers.
To be in harmony with.
Signing paper?
Agreement, yeah. Agreement also in signing a paper also, yes. I agree with, I am okay with, I accept this to be true.
And how do you say this in Farsi?
Agree. قبول کردن, the verb. قبول کردن, accept.
قبول
کردن. قبول, G-H-A-B-O-U-L.
قبول. قبول. Only Kabul.
Yeah, I accept this point of view. I accept this subject. And Kabul. The third was love?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, love in Farsi, ishq. Ishq, E-S-G-H. That's a big chapter in Iranian language. Everything which is the essence, the purity of the best thing, the best pleasures. The poetry talks about ishq. There's love, man and woman, man and his creator, man and his community. And it's used and reused, and people like to use it. And that's a noble word in our language.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you very much.
A lot of poetry.
Thank you, Marinus. Thank you very much. I will, if I do not pronounce it right now, right, I will listen and write down the purpose of this, because during this meeting, in fact, it's called a joint comprehensive plan of action. That the name says that comprehension and joint. And I was thinking, because many of the players and all the stuff supporting, they are speaking their own language or through the English or through the translators. So during these times that we elevate soul, I was trying to bring these three parts, just like peace as a transition matter, because of this, it carries some kind of emotion, and the agreement as a paper, as a matter, and the love as a principle that can go through the transition or to goes to the matter. So during this time of elevation the soul, so I just bring in my mind and whispering this, like in English, peace, agreement, love, and forces Sohan, Kabul, or Esg.
If you
Germany.
read,
Yes,
yeah,
Germany is Sweden, Einigen, Lib, Russian is Mir, Saglasia, Lyubov. In French, paix, accord, amor. And I brought Spanish as well, as paz, acuerdo, amor, because of the Spanish guy is the coordinator and the mediator is a Spanish man that must be really like, so we can talk to the language of each of them through their language in these words, so we can elevate the whole thing that they have in the background. And so that's I would like to bring it to the Universal Council that we can do it. So it's just I could not find it anywhere. And maybe someone that speaks this language might not understand, but I did my best to speak this language. That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
thank you. Beautiful subject.
You're welcome.
For me, love to Creator is what we call zero-time communication. We are very, 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 very small. Creator, with our love, sincere love, in zero time, we feel we have communication only through sincere love, only through warm tears. And what's more important to give value to human being, that in zero time he can communicate to his creator. That's how important we are in the creation. Only love, humbleness, and desire, zero-time communication.
Okay, thank you, Marinus. Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
Hey, Rick. I think I missed one here. Is Chinese. It's Hapin. Xiyu. Hi. So now that's complete. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe we could have all the additional languages each week as they get added on. That'd be fun. Okay, I sense it's time to draw things to a close here. Is there anything else the members of the Universal Council would like to add?
Who would like to read this one? Maybe Mushfaq, I don't know. Someone, I mean, I'm talking a lot today, so if someone wants to read the thank you.
Dr. Gatwa. I love his voice.
Yeah. Baroness, would you like to read it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need, the universal concept.
Thank you.
I am present. Thank you.
I'm present.
I'm present. Thank you.
I am present.
I am present.
Well, we thank everyone for being present here at the 199th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. And of course, we'll be back next week, next Tuesday, December 14th, for another One Nation, One Planet, One Race. It'll be number 200 at that point. So congratulations to the Universal Council and to this particular workshop for that milestone. What else do we have to announce? There is the Keshe Plasma Reactor group coming up on tomorrow, starting at 7 a.m. Central European time. Usually goes for several hours, and all kinds of interesting topics come up during that workshop. People are welcome to bring any of the replications of the plasma technology or any questions or inspiration that you might want to bring into that workshop.
Are you having a special guest, Rick, this week?
I have to check with that for sure, but I think we may have a special presentation. I saw something before this workshop that I have to check my email on. But as far as I know, we will have a special presentation, and it'll be a bit
For
of a
example, I
surprise.
would like to see the heating system, the one made by Giovanni. I would like to see it again, if you can, you know, come again as a guest, give us an update. You know, Giovanni, when he done the heating system to regulate the temperature of the
Giovanni or Gianni, you mean? Gianni?
Gianni, sorry, Gianni.
Oh, okay. Yes, right. Yeah. I haven't heard from him in quite a while, so it'd be interesting to see what he's been up to.
We've got so many good people in the foundation. Someone told me about someone in Poland who can be off-grid. He managed to, with the Magraph, to be off-grid. in Poland. I don't know
Yeah,
if
well,
you,
that'd be great to see some interaction like that. Yes.
yeah, these people, where are these people? They have to come to the testimony. No, okay, thank you so
Well,
much.
that's another point. We do have the testimonials group coming up next week, next Monday, actually, which will be December 13th. And that's at, let me see, that one's at the 8 p.m. Central European time. So people are welcome to bring their testimonies of the plasma technology to that program. It's an excellent way to show the world about the plasma technology, and in a way, it's a way we can pay back by letting others know about our success with some of that. One last question from IM. Can we crowdfund for our universal enhancement unit? Well, you can raise funds any way you wish. We take donations to the Keshe Foundation, and it can be notated to be used in your area for the universal enhancement unit. And so anyone can make a small or large donation toward that reality.
You know, I thought about that too, you know, even for the TV, because I remember at one point it was said that we could, you know, if you wanted to raise some funding for the TV, for example, I remember. But I was thinking it's a good idea, yes. Definitely I would recommend him to contact the Telegram group of his languages and let them know of the idea, because we always need to have a people that can execute the idea. Like
yeah, good idea.
Good idea. We need the people who execute the idea, yes.
Yeah, Telegram groups are a good idea for that sort of thing. Okay, and I'm reminded by Mark that the TV Galactica is happening tonight at 11 p.m. Central European time, and people can contact that through the TV Galactica YouTube channel or Facebook site. And that's with Marie of the Universal Council, who is working with that program. So that's interesting for many folks. Okay, the chickens are squawking here, so the rooster will call next. I better get moving.
I thank you very much, Rich, for always being there and helping us all the time. Thank you very much.
Yes, my dear Rick, you have not announced the rooster is saying that you have not announced your reactor group time.
Well, no, I said that already, I believe, at the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group at 7 a.m. Central European time on Wednesday, December 8th, that will be. Thank you, Sweta.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. And I think that wraps it up for today. Although I think I will play the videos go. Thought I was going to play. There it is. The flight enhancement spaceship unit with the music as a way of going out. It's kind of inspiring and a nice way to get our blood going a bit for continuing our day. Okay, thanks everyone, and bye for now.
innovative, revolutionary, stellar development, purest universal knowledge.